the forgotten teen of the Doctrine and Covenants, 17 years old, named by God in a revelation, and yet within months his calling was taken away, and his name faded into the shadows of history. This is the forgotten story of Heman Bassett, the youngest contemporary of the prophet Joseph Smith mentioned in the Doctrine and Covenants. Heman was born around 1814 in Vermont. By the fall of 1830 he was living on the Isaac Morley farm in Kirtland, Ohio, in a communal group known as the family. They practiced holding all things in common, much like the saints described in the book of Acts. When missionaries to the Lamanites passed through, Heman was baptized at just 16. Within months he was ordained an elder, and even sent on a brief mission in northern Ohio. But excitement and disorder were growing in Kirtland. New converts were swept up in what came to be called strange spiritual manifestations. Some shouted uncontrollably, others rolled on the ground, and visions were claimed that often contradicted Joseph's teachings. Young Heman was right in the middle of it. He declared that he had received a revelation from the hand of an angel. He read from his paper, even showed drawings of angels that he said were gods, and preached with such frenzy that Levi Hancock said he behaved like a baboon. Hancock admitted, "I believed it all like a fool." Life in the family only added to the confusion. Everything was held in common, or at least that was the idea. Hancock recalled how one day Heman took his pocket watch and sold it. When Hancock demanded an explanation, Heman shrugged and said, "I thought it was all in the family." By the spring of 1831, Heman was ordained again as an elder. Then came the General Conference in early June. Saints gathered in a schoolhouse on the Morley farm. And there, in front of everyone, Joseph Smith looked at the teenage elder and warned him directly, "Heman Bassett, you sit still. The devil wants to sift you." It was a chilling prophecy of what was about to happen. Just 3 days later, Joseph received another revelation. What had been given to Heman was to be taken away and given instead to a man named Simon's Rider. In consequence of transgression, his call was revoked. His brief moment as a named servant of the Lord had ended almost as soon as it began. Yet Heman's story didn't stop there. He followed the saints westward, living in Jackson County, Missouri, where he suffered persecution. He fled with others to Quincy, Illinois. By 1849, he had moved on and briefly joined the Strangite movement in New York City, even being ordained an elder, though he was soon excommunicated. By 1853, he appeared in Utah Territory, but within a few years he left again. By 1860, Heman was running the Petaluma House, a hotel in booming Petaluma, California. He even laid out a subdivision called